Hello, everyone. Welcome to season 2, episode 28 of the Ought to Know Better podcast. I'm Smarty, and I'm joined by Luke. Grab a brew. We'll see you in 2.
Hi, this is Don Matteo, and you are listening to the Ought to Know Better podcast. Let's do this.
Did I cut out then, did I?
Slightly.
Yeah, somebody muted you while you were talking. It weren't me, I'm sorry.
Cracking with that show. Welcome everyone else. Welcome to everyone else in the comments. I can already see you. Hello, Bremner's Ghost. Nice to see you. Hello, chaps. Hello, James. Hello, Matthew. Hello, Luke.
Good evening.
All well.
Fantastic.
You're living the fucking dream, lads, let me tell you.
I'm a lot less worked up tonight than I was last time I were on.
Well, I'm going to take that as a positive
for that.
Sorry, guys. I was just very happy and very drunk. So.
You were, weren't you? You're like a Duracell, couldn't shove in. You're like one of them shit cheap toys that kids get at Christmas and you can't shut the fucking thing off.
One of them little squeaking ones that does a backflip after it goes.
And if you stamp on it, it just carries on.
They're boating it outside. Anyway, welcome along. Episode 28. I suppose we better crack on with the ever-changing predictions and league and all that sort of stuff, Gilly.
Your favourite bit?
Not much change this time, to be fair. So, I mean, there is one big deal in that Smarty is now in double figures.
What a result.
Well done, James.
What a result.
Other than that, actually, every single person got one single point, and therefore the order doesn't change in any way at all.
Still 4 points behind.
We all go up one.
So.
You're still 4 points behind. Stats is still 2 points clear of Luke and the fans. Then it's Adam a point behind, and then it's me 2 points behind there. So I'm 5 points off the top.
I'm going to really pull my finger out. Who's second bottom? Is it Jay?
It's Jason.
Oh, is it Rex? Is it?
Yes.
So there you go.
Oh, you've managed to worm your way up the league, have you, Jay?
I've been.
Jay is joint 7th.
Oh, Christ.
But only 1 point in front of Jason. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Not joint 7th.
Hey, it's right. Good enough for me.
Like a rat of a drain pipe coming up that league.
Oh, he is, isn't it? He needs to do a stats and needs to start banging some 5-pointers in. Like me, I need to pull my finger out and start predicting some doom and gloom results. I think we've had enough of them, though. Speaking of good results, then, Norwich. How we're feeling after that? I know that all 4 of us, weirdly, were on Brady and Cook, which doesn't normally happen. There's normally only 2 of us. But I had to bring some reinforcements in to try and get a word in over fucking Jay. So, I mean, you guys tell me what, over the last few days, what we've seen, what we heard. I mean, there's been a lot of fan reaction stuff going out there. There's been a lot of bench cams, everyone retweeting and saying, gives you goosebumps and stuff. You guys take it away. What do you think? How do you feel?
Well, I've just, to be fair, my brain's now tuned in to just watching that Joffrey goal on repeat with different sounds behind it. Oh, yeah. I've been thinking of different ways. I know there's a couple of people who do the Leeds United videos and stuff that have released it with different backings, but I was dying for one to come out with Take That background with the greatest day of your life, greatest day of your world or whatever it is. But nobody's done one yet, so I might mismake myself. I might get on Dragon's Den with that one. We'll see. But yeah, look, it's different.
Give me 30 seconds after pod.
Yeah, every angle just gets better, and I just can't get bored of watching it. It's so reminds me so much of the Pablo goal last season when we knew we were 2 seasons ago when we knew we were going up. That moment is almost like the beliefs back. We think we might stay in the Premier League. It's a similar feeling for me. I don't know about anybody else.
I feel a lot better, as I said. The mood everywhere has changed for everyone since that Villa game finished. You know what I mean? We've gone from despair and this is it now. We're toothless. We've had it. No, it's changed under this manager to, well, we could have hammered them. We had loads of chances. Bamford's back, jumping around like a gazelle up front, smashing people, knocking them out of the way. Dan James is back to his normal self, running around like a Duracell bunny. It's everyone's positive. It's looking better, but then you have to remember it was only Norwich. They are the worst team we've played, but we got 3 points and
we broke his duck, though, haven't we? I suppose.
Yeah, we had to break that streak.
It we're kind of a godsend sort of fixture when it it gives us an opportunity, a springboard, so to speak, to crack on and get some confidence back into the lads. And obviously, Twitter's been there's been a bit of a buzz around. It's not as toxic. I mean, there still are some people that try the best to bring us all down to earth with a bump. But
like Jane, it's only Norwich type thing.
We're gonna lose.
It's only Norwich. Oh, Gilly, we're already down. I don't know. I don't know which is worse. You know what I mean?
I'll wait for that.
Gill has already thrown us to dogs. How are you feeling after that, Gilly? Are we still getting relegated?
Well, I mean, the work, as we said on Brady and Kurt, the work's not done. There's more work to be done. I feel more positive about it. Obviously, I think I couldn't see a win coming from anywhere. That was my problem. But I think we're in a position where we've given ourselves a chance, and we have not waited right until the death. I think we're 4 points clear, but there's Everton. Fat Frank's doing his absolute level best to save us and make sure that the buffer is there in another club. So more positive than I was. There's still work to be done. I think the stats that we were looking at so I shared something in our group chat, didn't I? And I think most of you saw that. And it was showing that I think we were about 33% likely to go down, which means 66% likely to stay up. There's glass half full, glass half empty views on that, but
it's not
the job's not done.
Thirds full. It's
well, it is,
thirds full, Gilly.
Yeah, but the job's not done. But we've got size to play that you would hope that we can do something against. Southampton.
2-0 23s.
We struggled against them, but at the same time, I think we're in a position where, especially with players returning after the international break, that'll really give us that. And Paddy's back, that's massive for us. I don't think you can understate that. But if you're also adding Calvin and maybe even Cooper to that, we're in a position where things all of a sudden look completely different.
It does. It's bound to give us a boost, isn't it? It's bound to do. Yeah. I mean, just having Pablo. Oh, Christ, I wish. Just having Paddy back in starting 11. There were a bit of a buzz around stadium and all that sort of stuff, and it was great. It were a completely chalk and cheese atmosphere to Villa. There were a lot of apprehension and a bit of anxiety amongst the crowd, I'd say, against Villa. But no, it's good, and people have calmed down now. Quite a few hysterical people, booking their seats to HMS fucking Championship, weren't they? But no, it's good. It's just exactly what we needed. And like you said, if we can get Phillips and stuff back after international break, then bring it on.
It's massive. It really is.
I'll tell you, a particular highlight of that game had to be when that equaliser went in and their fans started up all of a sudden. Give it to us for about 90 seconds, and then we scored. And they all just fell silent and started leaving.
You don't mind winning dirty, do you? But friggin' hell, that game should have been dead and buried by half-time. We should have been about 3-0 up at least by half-time.
Absolutely.
I was spewing in stands when Paddy missed that absolute sitter.
Oh, God.
Even if you tried again, you probably couldn't miss, unless you literally turned your body to fucking East stand and had a good crack from there. You couldn't miss it by that much again if you tried.
We had the bar as well, didn't we? We had a play. That first half we had play. It's like you said, it should have been dead and buried. We don't do things easy, and it almost showed that there was a lot of nerves there. Do you know what I mean? Throughout the players, and you saw from the celebrations how much it meant to not just the players, but the coaching staff, the fans, everybody involved with United.
Yeah, of course it does.
We've all seen the videos, haven't we, going around Twitter of like everyone getting out the dugout and like Stuart Dallas bashing the floor and he's just going mental and everyone's just run out to celebrate. It's fantastic, man. I love it.
I didn't realise that obviously Dallas was still on pitch at that point. And I saw it with camera like, I don't know what I was watching before, but camera panned back round to the bench when she did, like, looked at players and Dallas thumping floor. I thought, I don't remember Dallas getting subbed. But when you watch it back again, you see him kind of shoot off towards bench, celebrate with a few people at bench, thump floor, and then run off to what the fuck's he got? What the fuck's he on?
I really enjoyed Wilson doing over as well on the official club Twitter account with that Forrest Gump video.
Oh, man.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I'd like him to be timed. For the Pablo goal as well. Was it the Pablo goal last 2 years ago?
I would just
ran the
win
length for the
Ran the
pitch.
length then as well.
Yeah.
Like
What do we think of this? What do we think of this, Smarty? It's just Alisson here tonight.
Oh, I was just reading that.
It's just Alisson here tonight. Martin missed the Joffrey goal after the equaliser. He stormed out of the cup. She stayed till the death. Well done, Alisson.
Well done to you,
That's what
Alex.
I'd like to see.
You never
Silly
won
man.
the old team.
I did see some of them. Did you see
Nice.
Did you see the one that the guy left on 85 minutes and then on 91
Tried to beat
minutes
the
thought he'd
traffic.
put? Yeah, try to beat
Yeah,
the traffic on
to
a
beat
Sunday
the
afternoon. We
traffic.
know where to go.
Try to beat the
Then on the 91st minute, thought, well, I'll pull a blinder there. I've not had to watch that, and then we went and won it. I mean,
Imagine.
I'm far
Imagine.
too tight. I'm a Yorkshireman. I'm far too tight.
But
to
even
go
so,
early like that.
I mean, some people will work this. Some people try and beat traffic or try and get out, before crowds, or even trying to get across to Peacock for the sneaky pipe. But fucking, not in a game like that. Jesus, if we were getting
They
absolutely
were on a
battered,
knife edge.
then you could probably excuse it, can't you? But when it was a game like that with an atmosphere like it was, imagine how gutted you'd be, though.
Oh,
Yeah, silly,
It's
silly
real,
man.
isn't it?
It would be awful.
Silly man.
It's
To be fair, he took it well though, and he put on Twitter that'll teach him sort of thing. He'll not be doing it again. Do you know what I mean? He took it really quite well.
Absolutely.
And as Alison rightly says, there, once you're out, you're not getting back into that. Just joining
Well,
in the
that's it, exactly.
celebrations.
And Alison, I hope as punishment you make him a really piss weak cup of tea. Maybe even throw a few Lego bricks at his side at bed on carpet for morning. Can't be having that, can we? Friggin' hell.
Goal for us.
Right, let's move on to the Twitter poll then.
Twitter poll results.
And in my haste, I haven't asked one of you guys to do this. I don't know if any of you have looked at it. I don't know if anyone wants to take the lead. I can do it if you want.
I'll have a look if you want.
Go
Sorry, that's my bad. As most of you, if not all of you know, we have a Twitter poll that decides the outcome of the main subject of the pod. And this week's options were: which striker starts on Friday? Bielsa first, now Marsh. Do we defend him against media dickheads? I'm sure Gilly will elaborate on this one. Is a new manager bounce a myth, and who stays and who goes in summer? And by a massive margin, a Yank, but he's our Yank, has won the vote. So, regarding media moguls, mongrels, and anything else you want to call them, Gilly, he's our Yank, after all.
Yeah, so I think the real principle is, have we adopted him yet? I think is the question. And I think what the celebration and what we saw at the weekend, I think there were a lot of people that's been impressed with the way that he's put himself across. I think that certain TV shows really helped him in that regard because Ted's a legend. But I think the way that he's put himself across, the way that he's spoken, the way that he gave deference to Bielsa is a big deal for us, I think, as fans. He didn't say he's got this wrong, got that wrong. He knew better than that, to be honest. Anybody coming in and doing that is just going to get our backs up immediately. Steer clear of any of that. He's actually held himself really well until about 94 and a half minutes at Elland Road on weekend, when actually he joined us. Because he was one of us, as much as we were going mad, and you see those pictures and you think, do you know what, this guy's got a real chance of actually becoming something that gets us, and I think that was always the thing of how the fuck do you replace Bielsa? And we talked about it, and then in hushed tones across the period of us doing this podcast, worried about what comes next, because there's always a next at some point. None of us wanted it, but it's inevitable that it will happen at some point, and we were all worried about it. And I think that, it's massively early days, but I think we're in a position now where you hear the shite coming out from the Sun in the radio, talk shite and all of that lot, about, these huddles that, we don't do that in our game. The same sort of shit we heard about Bielsa, we don't do that in our game. Yeah. Get fucked. And I think that, so the reason that I posed this question in our group chat was around that. It was a case of we can give him shit because he is ours. He's in our club. we can give him shit, but don't you do it. It's like
it's like a sibling protection thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is that. I can call my brother a dickhead, but don't you do it.
Yeah. How dare you?
Spot on.
No, you're right, and it's weird that the whole huddle thing and how much traction that got, which he couldn't even believe. He said it's something or nothing, but no one says anything about teams having huddles before the game's about to kick off, which quite a lot of teams do have huddles in the middle of a pitch. So why is it any different afterwards? Especially given the circumstances and the atmosphere and all that sort of stuff.
Let's just remember Gerrard against Chelsea in a huddle. We don't let this slip.
He's an English sweetheart, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like Frank, like Frank.
That's sort of where I was going to elaborate. I mean, we didn't choose somebody who the British media or the English media wanted us to choose as our manager twice now. We've chosen outlandish choices, a bit risque. Somebody who potentially might not get the English game, who's not English, quite obviously, in Bielsa. And look how many people he won over in his time here. You still had your dickhead like fucking Agbon Lahore and other people who slate him just to get airtime. But I'm not going to waste my time speaking about them on here. But you would get those simply for a rise out of Leeds fans to get more clicks and make their shitty fucking thing more money. Same with that O'Hara as well. But look, it almost feels like deja vu to us. Like we've been there. We know what to expect. We know you're not going to like him. He's Leeds United and he's not English. He's not Frank Lampard. Look where Frank Lampard is. I tweeted a stat earlier. He is the worst manager in the world. He's the worst manager in the world.
Is that based on results?
Statistically?
Yeah.
Statistically, the worst manager in the world.
3-0
Leeds under 23. Sorry, by the way.
Wow. Is it in all top flight leagues? Is that what the stat
all
was?
top leagues? I mean, he's probably a little bit better than Dave from the Georgian Dragon pub down the road. But this is top. Yeah,
and it's not a recognised sort of team then.
Yeah. So this is across the top leagues.
But that is in every league in the world, isn't it? It's not just.
In the world.
It's not just the top five leagues or whatever. It's all
across. He's got an 83% loss rate whilst he's been at Everton. His 17% came from beating us.
Jesus.
But we should be taking on these English managers.
Exactly. Yeah, we should be supporting the English game.
Get Big Sam until end of season.
Exactly. That's the argument that people would make. And even look, we've been guilty of it as well as Leeds fans. There would have been a small percentage or a group of Leeds fans that would, who would ever replace Bielsa? Who would ever replace Bielsa? We just think it wasn't possible. But there would have been a small group that were saying, this American guy doesn't know fuck all about football. He's American. How can we bring
it's that stereotype, innit? The American stereotype, the Ted Lasso thing, all that sort of stuff. It's back. Come on. It's just.
If you're a club and you'd rather have Frank Lampard managing you rather than an exciting, expressive, integral manager who's going to play a slightly different style that's not necessarily made for the Premier League or not been tried in the Premier League before. Who are you to fucking choose? Who wants boring? Who wants the same? Who wants to be average? Do you know what I mean?
Well, here's a question for you: would Everton swap for either Jesse or Marcelo today?
Say that again. Sorry.
I bet they would.
Would Everton fans swap for either Marcelo or Jesse?
100%
today.
Well,
yeah,
there's
no choice about
yesterday, they were saying there was a rumor, like a strong rumor going around that somebody prominent in the Everton boardroom actually wants Lampard out, like now.
Well, of course they do.
Of course they're going to do.
Yeah.
He's literally the worst top flight manager in the world.
They are. Ironic,
He's
because they're from
brilliant.
Liverpool, but they are the Titanic, and he's the fucking iceberg.
What we need him to do is keep hold of him as long as possible.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Until they've played them games in hand.
Great. It's great to see.
But yeah, just going back to sort of to Jesse. Look, he's saying the right things, Smarty. He's coming across really well, and those still images of him from the weekend where he's in his other coach's arms, and he's passionate. He's going to get it, and he's going to get it. And I think him being American is going to benefit him in the long run with us because they are a bit over dramatic. They are a bit emphasized. You know,
he's using the right words, isn't he? He's not saying soccer.
Yeah.
He's not doing all the the usual Americanisms and all that sort of let's go and all that sort of shit. No, none of that.
Go sports.
Fight and win.
But yeah, like you say, I mean, it's not necessarily a repeat, but obviously the media didn't love Bielsa. You know, why can't he speak English and all that sort of stuff. And like with Marsh, they're paying too much attention to his trousers, his huddles. I mean, fucking give the guy a break, man. Jesus Christ. You know, he's got a hell of a job on getting us, something like, so we don't bloody we get dropped into the league below us. But give the guy, cut him some slack. I mean, I were a little bit. I mean, I think we all were. We were still having that hangover from Bielsa going. But we've got to get behind him. I like what he says. I like how he talks. I loved how he celebrated. I mean, that was just absolutely. I mean, that really nailed it for me. I thought, yeah, this guy'll do. I mean, I know Bielsa used to celebrate at the sidelines and stuff like that. But
hang on a minute,
this guy really went off his tits, didn't he?
When Klopp does that, how come they're all talking about how great he is? When our manager does it, there's no praise, no nothing.
Because he's a Liverpool
standards, isn't it?
He's a Liverpool manager.
Exactly.
If he's top 6, it's fine, unless you're Solskjaer. But even he didn't get that much shit, did he, off media? No, but if you are foreign, if you are not British, the media will do anything they can to just slander you, and they just paint you in a bad picture. They did it with Bielsa, they'll do it with Marsh, they do it with everyone else, and fuck them, shite rags anyway.
It's the way these pundits though, they act like they're outraged that a club like us has gone for a foreign manager. Like, how dare they? It should have been one of our fine English managers. Why aren't they giving these
like Dave Ockaday?
And I mean, look, we've just mentioned.
Still up for a charity boxing match, mate.
A guy who is failing yet again. And look at Steve Bruce. He's gone to West Brom and he's sinking them. But I mean, is this like, is this what we're supposed to be?
I don't know whether it's you guys. Go on, sorry, mate.
No,
I interrupted you then, and I stopped.
Think yourself lucky.
Yeah, Steve Bruce, what an absolute legend. Luke loves Steve Bruce.
Go on.
How's the bacon, did you say?
There you go. Christ. Well, you completely thrown me off now.
He's absolutely hung over his foot when he does that video. That's the best thing about it. He's trying to get a gasp of water going. He eventually gets his top off and he goes, he's not listening at all. He's proper enjoying every little molecule of that fucking water. And he's going, and he goes, how's the bacon, did you say?
What cabbage. What an absolute cabbage. But he's a sort of manager from that sort of era that, they're kind of dying out. I mean, not necessarily dying out, but your Allardyces, your Bruces and all that sort of, your Mark Hughes. Are they just not up to speed anymore? Is it all hat? Can they not play the modern
football?
Game,
isn't it? It's a different game.
Is it about time?
In London. That's the fucking difference.
That one as well.
They're the kind of characters who believe that their way is the right way. They don't need to evolve.
And dice.
They've been doing this for 40 years. They don't have to evolve. None of this football crap. Old school Britain determination.
It's it long to wood and Vidra.
It's it long to woody. Get it down, smash it in.
Use the up and under, the big lads.
I just want you to smash them, and I want you to boot that fucking ball.
Okay. Oh, dear. Right, we're gonna have a quick word from our partners.
Well, to know better, excited to announce a new partnership. 3 Retro is the retro football shop. 3 Retro was born from the love of the game, from historical nights on the Cold Terrace, and from the love of vintage shirts of a bygone era. Find the referral link and discount code in our social media accounts and in the comments and descriptions of All to Know Better podcast recordings for a 10% discount on the full range.
Well, there you go. If you like a bit of retro, crack on. I don't think we've had many people use our link, have we, lads? Let's be honest. I think
it's just me.
I think Luke's the only person that's used the discount code and got 10%. I think we've had.
Tell you what,
I got my £5.
That's gone better than our new deal.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to tell us about that, Matt? Go on.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Tell us about that.
I'll tell everyone. So really quickly, while we're just on the message of partners and sponsors and things, we got approached by a betting company not so long ago. Well, not name them because they're no longer going anywhere there. So basically, we got approached by this betting company. We said, yeah, we'll put an advert together and we'll get it on the show and that. And they offered us some decent money, didn't they, per sign up and whatever. So we thought we'll make a few quid. They'll pay for our subscriptions. We'll do it anyway. So it took Smarty 2 fucking months to get this voice. That's not even the best part. That's not the best part.
I'll give you a month.
It was the 14th of January. I said that.
Get lost.
It was the 14th of January. Anyway, we got this great lucrative sponsorship deal. We thought we were all going to be rich and be able to quit our jobs and that. Smarty took 2 months to put the audio together for this advert. And then anyway, eventually got it over, and Gilly went to put all the links together.
I did it in my hard drive for about 3 weeks and just fucking left it. I don't know why. Don't trust me with stuff like this.
Anyway, back to the point. Gilly went to set it all up yesterday, or the day before, or over the week, whatever it was. Anyway, recently, and he went to check, and anyway, the business itself.
No longer traded in the UK.
Yeah, no longer traded. So basically, Smarty closed a small business.
Yeah,
so somebody's not getting fed.
Some family in Russia or wherever the hell they're from aren't getting fed because I took 3 months to do a little audio cover thing. I'm just a new Ralph Ineson, me.
Funny. Anyway, it was.
I'd have no job.
Funny.
I'd be homeless if it were up to me, wouldn't I? But,
it was funny when it came to it, wasn't it? When we all just looked at the fucking thing.
Problem. Oh, shit. Right, okay, my bad. Sorry.
Bit of an issue, lads.
It's probably a good thing anyway, because if people had put money in it and they'd have lost it all. I did you all a favour, really.
Everybody chases around Ellen Road with a stake.
Yeah. You working on
It's my money.
Nope. You're lucky for wrong, man. I'm a lot smaller in real life.
Where's my money? Where's my money, bitch?
Right, lads.
Smarty's voice on advert. Go after him.
Before we go on to the Wolves game, obviously Friday night's game, do we have anything from
to know better with Rachel Adedeji?
Yeah. Anything from the ought to know better? Bitter, even, lad. Any gripes?
No, but we've got some really funny videos that have come in from Everton fans this week. I don't know if anyone's seen them. I just wanted to mention we got first of all we got the Everton Dar sparking up in the ground because he wants to get kicked out. Yeah, I'm sparking up a fucking ciggy because I want him to fucking throw me out. And he said lights it up, and then on the same fucking. On the same topic as fire and cigarettes and things, we've got the guy who tries burning his fucking Everton FC tattoo off his arm.
With some lighter fluid and all.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
Just puts lighter fluid on his arm and burns his hair off. Imagine what that smells
Absolutely like. Pissed out of his head. Can you just get a clip of that, Gilly? I don't think anybody will wear it though. But what we'll do is we'll share a link in the comments on Twitter. I'll try and put it on there somewhere as well.
We'll
just while I'm looking though, Archie Gray's goal's from about 45 yards out.
Is it really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Their keeper's got it in full back position and tries clearing it up the pitch. Nearly loses it himself. Archie Gray gets it in central midfield and just pops it in from miles out.
Well, is it? It's like we should have done against Norwich when Krull were up fucking playing in 3D.
Yeah. And we passed it into midfield instead.
And we passed it and Forshaw did an outside booter straight down the line. What a numpty. So anyway, chaps, Wolves away. Is there any news? I know that what's his name? That Korean Hwang Chi-Han-shan guy. Trying not to be too racist as I'm.
All opinions are of individuals and not of the pod.
Just trying to tone it down a bit, lads. Honestly, I think he's a doubt, but I don't know about anything else. Doing these racial stereotypes, Christ alive, we're getting booted off.
Hanshandy's not playing.
What is it actually called? Is it He-Chan?
I don't
have a clue.
He scored against us at home, didn't he? Bastard.
Yeah, I do know you're on about really, but I don't know his name. I'm sorry.
Gilly, Gilly, get on it, mate, before I end up getting branded a race.
Save him, Gilly, before he gets us stuck off YouTube.
One thing that I did see just before I come off the website is I was just checking to see where Raf was in terms of top scorers. He's 11th, joint 11th in the top scorers in the league this season, joint with that little rat-faced shit from the scum and Dennis, and De Bruyne. Everybody's saying they're having magic seasons, and Rafinha's down tools. Doing all right.
To be fair, I think though, in defence, Rafinha has been poor up until today since his last international break. Now, whether that's because players have wised up to his quality and they play two defenders on him and they've neutralised him, or whether he has just been shit, I don't know. But look,
I think if you look at the endeavour though, the work rate looked like it was there, wasn't it? Because he was still completing sprints and he was still working. He just wasn't playing particularly well. It
wasn't coming off, was it? Like sometimes he'd be megging something like every week, and it'd come off, and he'd be attacking the defensive line. Whereas now he seems to lose a lot of possession quite often. But look, it was really good last week, and on another day, exactly, and on another day, he wouldn't have squared that to Joffrey. He'd stopped with the ball dead on the line and tried scoring himself, wouldn't he? What are you laughing at, you little fucking dwarf?
Just like thing, it was just that was my favourite part of that move when he took it around the keeper, the way he did him.
Is that what you were smiling at? Sorry, I take it back. You're not a dwarf, but you are.
You're having a fucking go at me again.
Sorry.
Poor Jay.
Sorry,
We've gone from one Jay to this Jay is a lot more composed.
Stop bad, lads. I'm lighting a ciggy up now. Open and get kicked out. Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Fucking hell.
Oh, anyway. So I've had a look at the last few Wolves matches that they've played, but going back into February. They've beaten Everton, Watford, Leicester, Tottenham and Norwich, which they only beaten by 1-0, and they've been beaten by Palace, West Ham, Arsenal twice. How do we think it's going to go this weekend? How do you think we're going to set up? What changes would you make? Would you start Joffrey? Jay, we haven't heard a right lot from you tonight. Do you want to take it away, mate?
If I must, mate, yeah. It's Wang Hee.
Well, you don't have to. You can fuck off if you want.
Listen, don't start turning hostile now, pal. All right.
Come on.
Right,
Pull your finger that. Stop stroking your pussy.
For fuck's sake, man. Let me fucking speak and I will.
Go on, Jay, get on with it.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, so
come on, Jerry.
I don't even know what I'm going to fucking say anymore because you all strangled my brain that badly. I'm going to say they were shit when they played us, weren't they? And the time wasting were off the chart. I can't see them setting out like that at home, to be honest. But they didn't look like an awesome team when they came to our place, and when we were as bad as we've been, that says to me that we should better give these a game. I'm not convinced we'll get much, but I just want to see us go there and have a go. I don't see it as an impossible game. I just see it as an hard game, but there's definitely potential. I can't see the team being much different unless anyone's hurt. I don't think he's going to be replacing Bamford anytime soon or switching to his two strikers or anything. So unless there's any injuries, I don't see anything changing particularly. I'm all right with that, to be fair. I think most people did well against Norwich. So, yeah, I think we'll go in there with same team, same idea, try and do the same again, hopefully. Try and keep...
Well, heard anything about Rodrigo or anything like... I mean, no news is probably good news, let's be honest. But, yeah, would you set up the same, Luke? Same team, same subs?
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to do, wouldn't you? I think he's obviously... I think we're going to see something a little bit... From what I understand and what we've seen so far, I think we'll probably see a little bit more of a coy approach to games from Jesse Marsh than we did Biel. So I don't think he's going to be as open and honest about potential injuries, people missing, the potential lineups and things like that, formations. But I do think he will stick to what worked. When you look at how he's lined up at Leicester, it was very similar, and we played really well away from home at Leicester as well. So yeah, I think if everyone's available, we probably see the first half certainly being the same 11 that started against Norwich, and I don't think that's a bad thing because as Jay rightly said, there was no poor performances really out there at the weekend. I don't think I could have singled any particular player out for having a poor performance. Whereas there was quite a number of players that played well. So yeah, it'd be a shame to have to drop any of them. I think Rodrigo had arguably his best game in the Leeds shirt as well, or certainly for a long time. So yeah, we'll see. Just to go back to what Jay says, I was just going to touch on this. Joffrey's best performance is when he comes on as an impact player. I don't think he's ready to be. I think if we had to, he could start, but I don't think he's ready to be leading the line like Patrick Bamford does. And I don't know if anyone's seen the clip where Bamford gets pulled into midfield. It's towards the start of the game, actually, at the weekend, and Rodrigo gets pushed up front then, and Rodrigo pressures right down into the south stand corner. And he wins the ball. He wins a throw-in or a corner. It might be the northeast stand, actually. It was right at the start, right near the start. And I think that will work really well for us with Rodrigo in a natural 9 and Bamford. We spoke about it before, didn't we? Why doesn't he try and interchange him? And I think Jesse Marsh did before. I think Jesse Marsh did that a couple of times looking back at the game on Sunday, and it worked. So look, no, do I think we'll change? I don't think so. There's no need to.
Like I say, he's not opposed to changing things around, is it? And we saw that certainly against Norwich when he decided to bring Koch on and stay a little bit more defensive. Do you think that's a trait that we're going to see more of, Gilly, or is it just worn off when we're trying to protect a lead?
Sorry, I was just sorting something out. You'll have to ask that question again. No, just 1 second.
Go on.
£60. That's cost me. AFC. 60 quid. Well, don't try this at home. See this sauce? You only get this sauce from certain shops. What you do, you pour it on your Everton. That's it. Then you'd have to get one of these. You fucking load of shit.
To be fair, I mean, have you seen the video of the guy that dances with his cock out? I thought it was one of them at first.
Oh God!
You fucking load of shit.
So apologies, Smarty. I was fulfilling a request. You'll have to ask your question again.
No, it's all right. We've seen Jesse Marsh is obviously he'll change his style. Like Luke was saying, that he don't mind swapping Rodrigo and Bamford around and have a bit more of a free reign. Can you see him play more defensively like he did on Sunday when we played against Norwich and he brought Rodrigo on and off even and brought Koch on to set up more defensively? Do you think we'll see that more?
Well, as we mentioned on B&C, I know that afterwards he's confirmed that he did want to shore that up because we'd struggled to finish him off, and therefore he wanted to protect the lead. And I think that he does rate Koch in that role. But at the same time, I don't think it was quite as defensive as it could have been, in as much as we took the reins off Click as well at the same time. But what I don't expect to see is an overly defensive performance. I think what he's built his success on when he's had success has been the harrying and the pressing up front. Not on that last man, as we discussed again on the B&C. We talked about the fact that they'll let the last man, they'll let their centre back have the ball, and that goes out to the fullbacks, and they'll immediately press. And if it's played into midfield, we've dropped off, so we're able to press there. And I don't think we'll see that change. I think that's his style, and that's what he's going to stick with, and that's what's got him to where he is at the moment. So I don't expect that to change especially. I think if Rodrigo's fit, there were rumours about a quad injury, and that's why he came off. I think we're in that sort of position where. Cheers, mate. We're in that sort of position where I think that the personnel that we've got fit and available at the moment, if Rodrigo is fit, if Bamford came through it all right, basically the side picks itself, because we've seen Joffrey have impact, but it is impact as a sub, and I think Jackie did well when he came on. That for me might be the one question, because Dan James played well as well.
Yeah,
but Jackie did well when he came on, so he's got a bit of a decision to make there. And you don't drop Raf in that sort of if he's in that sort of mood. So he's got a real decision to make there now. Because I think there were a couple of times when Jackie Harrison last season wouldn't have played the way that he did. He wouldn't have stood up. He'd have turned away from somebody that were giving him shit rather than standing up against him. I don't think we'd have seen that from him. I like that. I like the fact that Dan James absolutely bullies opposition that's a foot taller than him. So he's got a real decision there, and so that'll be an interesting one to see how that goes. But yeah, I think the back four pretty much picks itself. I think the double pivot, if we call it that, equally does as well. I think Click's relishing that deeper role at the moment, and I expect him to start in there alongside Forshaw again if nobody's carrying any knocks or whatever. So that for me, the one decision that he's got to make really is Dan James or Jack Harrison. I suspect it'll be Dan James, and I suspect that's based on how well he can press and how well he, how scared the opposition is of his pace. So I don't expect us to set up defensively. I think that the long and short of it is I think that he's built his success in the game so far on that pressing, and I expect that to continue as it did.
No, fair enough. Just a comment coming in from Brendan's Ghost. Dan James' nickname should be Frodo Baggins. Well, that's reserved, obviously, because that's what Jay's name is.
Thought you were Gimli.
There we go. Gimli son of Blind. No, I agree. I think there's been a few comments in the comments section saying that they thought when Cock came on, Click pushed up. Not that defensive. He's actually said in some of his interviews that he went 5 at the back to try and shore up defence. I like that. I mean, I know a lot of people don't. I think Bremner's Ghost commented here, bringing Cock on smelled of parking the bus, not what I want to see. I agree, but I like the fact that we've got a manager now who's prepared to defend a little bit better, and rather than go for the jugular and oh God.
Cheers, bud.
He's getting some absolute pelters, isn't he? But yeah, it's nice to see that a manager will change his sense of style and will probably try and defend a little bit more rather than going for an attack and then conceding another goal. I mean, we nearly drew the frigging game anyway when Pookie came through and smashed one straight at Melier's face. But yeah.
See, now I don't get this because I ain't got the big beard now. I've got a short one. It's not the same.
Poor Jay, man. Comes on to get a bit of a release on a Tuesday night and just speak about football. He's taking pelters from left, right, and centre.
Oh, here we go.
Just all I get.
He comes on here to talk to his friends.
Talk to his friends.
Release from the world to talk about his love of Leeds United, and he gets bullied by everyone in comment. You audible lot.
Just really quickly before you move on, guys, it's finished 3-0. The 23s versus Scum.
Oh, good. And the main Scum are losing as well, aren't they? They're still losing 1-0.
I don't know what that means.
He's in Vikings.
Okay, no worries. Cheers, mate.
Just give him some shit back. Give him some shit back, Gay. Go on, we'll give you a minute, Jay. Go on, start firing off some
Give him some shit back, Gay.
I'm too tired.
Go on, Gay.
I don't even be able to come up with out right now. I'm in a trance.
He's lost will to live.
He's
lost will to live.
He's going to go to his room and listen to some heavy metal and smash it up.
He's going to go all Kurt Zoom and boot his cat outside.
Auto know better predictions.
I thought I'd end that there. Try and swiftly move on. Jay, give us a prediction for Wolves, mate. Go on.
Prediction. Pain.
Honestly.
I don't know. 2-1 Leeds just because we'll get it'll end up being a draw. I'm going 2-1 Leeds.
Are you writing these down, Gilly?
I am.
We've got a positive Jay back. 2-1 Leeds.
Blackburn are winning. Derby have fucked it.
Good.
Luke, let's have a prediction, mate.
I'm going to go. I haven't even really spoke about Wolves yet, but
why don't you use this as an opportunity to do so? I tried to break it up because Jay looked like he was literally about to start crying, so I thought I'd just. But I'm not going there.
Don't worry about me, pal.
Take an opportunity. We're going to have to mute him in a second. Take an opportunity to have a little talk and a bit of a prediction about Wolves, Luke.
Yeah, I don't think we'll struggle with Wolves. I think we're a team that suits playing against them because we you know, they like to be a little bit fancy. We like to work hard, and I think that suits us really well. Hence why they have to spend half the time on the floor in the first game at our place. And they were really lucky at our place. You know, we battered them for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Well,
among others.
Well, yeah.
Jimenez was the main one, yeah.
Never and Neto and
Podence.
Podence or whatever, however you name it.
Yeah. But look, there's not a lot to be scared of. Yeah, they're punching well high up in the league. But I mean, it's not a game that we're expected to get too much from either, which would be quite nice, you know, to go and actually get something. I don't think we'll win, but I think we'll get a cheeky point up there, and I think there's going to be a couple of goals in it as well. So I'm going to go 2-2.
Gilly?
I was going to go 2-2.
I've said that. You copy him every week.
I normally write it down beforehand. I don't know why I didn't this time. Because then
go for it. I'm not going to judge you. If you want to be at the top with the big dogs, then you're more than welcome.
Well, no, I've got to go something different and get it right, haven't I? If I'm going to catch you.
You could
end up work if you're behind.
At least you're not in single figures. Well, actually, no one's in single figures, are they?
Cheers when it comes to birds.
You wish, mate.
No, I'm gonna go
inches tall.
completely against the run of what I've done previously, and I'm gonna go 3-1 lead.
Ooh, one Gilly.
Hey, this is a guy who said we were getting relegated on Saturday. Said we were already down on Saturday.
CEO of the Big Dick Swingers Club. I'm gonna go 2-1 Leeds, I think.
So you're copying Jay?
Optimism.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go 2-1 Leeds. I don't know. I think we might. There's a good chance we'll get dicked as well. Who knows?
5-0 and we're going down again.
Who knows? But it's just nice to have a bit of positivity. If we'd have lost today, I'd have been fucking. We might as well not turn up. Give them 3 points.
We didn't play today, so thankfully we can't really lose.
Save on bus fare.
I'm taking Talenum's as well. He said 1-0 lead for fans.
Who's you taking?
Talenum.
I think Martin, Allison, Adams were first. 1-1, mate.
Mark Addison. How
but I've
how
taken
are you
theirs
guys?
before.
The hairy cornflake and Jay the Twitter poser. So Mark has just joined and he's giving Jay some shit.
But you see, that's what I bring. People join just to give me some shit. So
you make people feel better, Jay. You know, I love to see it. You're like everyone's punch bag, mate. But I love you.
It's the only way in life I'm ever going to be the bigger person, so I have to make the best of it.
Well, you could go to Munchkin Land, I suppose. You'd be bigger than them.
Yeah, you do look a bit like a lollipop kid.
You look like Hoggle, so you should pipe down.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry. This was not.
I've watched Wizard of Oz too many times.
This isn't part of the write-up, then.
It's about your level, isn't it, a kid's film?
Oh, wow. Who's got stoppage time winner due to time wasting?
No. He was saying he'd be happy with a draw, but he thinks 2-1 Leeds and it's a stoppage time winner because they've wasted the time and then it gets added on and then that's when we get a winner.
Right. I'm gonna go. Have we got any other sort of LUFC news?
Yeah, just one more Everton thing.
Set out to fucking.
Look, that's like a Benidorm thing or something in it.
No, it was a guy called shoplifting.
Gosh.
Yeah. Fuck off. I've got a couple of things to say. First of all, Thursday night, if anybody's about in Leeds, there is going to be a few of us down at Galaccio with Pundit Games promoting their new board game.
Sorry, Jay.
I'm not coming on anymore.
It's worked. That £5 I owe everybody who watches this. It's worked.
Fucking hell, that ended me.
No, I haven't.
Fucking Lilliput White.
Lilliput.
Oh gosh.
That's not actually a glass he's drinking out of, it's a thimble.
Bless him.
Yeah, so sorry, let me get back to that. Thursday night, we're in collaboration with Pundit Games at Golaccio in Leeds. If anybody wants to come down, there's a free beer if you come, I think, if I remember rightly. I've seen knocking about.
It's all about free beer.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a free
beer. Come so I can punch you.
Is it technically free if you've had to pay for your ticket?
Do you have to pay for a ticket?
I don't fucking know. You tell me.
No, I'm asking Jay.
Jay, do you have to pay for a ticket?
No, it's free. It's free. You come down, you get free beer. You'd have a bit of a quiz. You play the game. Have a new go play their game, and then you.
Everyone's firing into him with all the small jokes. Fucking hell. Leave him alone.
A little brother. Just a little brother.
Got to be the bigger man, Jay.
Why am I here?
You just got to be the bigger man, mate. That's all. Fucking hell. Right, apart from that, then. Go on.
On Thursday, that's what's happening on Thursday. Please come down, introduce yourself, and have a beer with us. With a few of us, there's going to be quite a few of us there, hopefully. And the other thing I just want to talk about, which is more of a talking point, any other business, not Leeds related or pod related, is how good is it to see fucking Chelsea in the mud?
Well, they want to play the next game against Borough, don't they? Behind closed doors for sporting.
They've retracted it now, haven't they?
And they fucking had to.
Have they really?
Which PR genius put that out?
That's more like it. See? Give him some bit of shit.
No, I did see it about Chelsea. I did see there was something somebody put on that was a week ago. They thought they could afford Declan Rice, and now they can't afford special fried rice.
Yeah, genuinely though, this fixture being moved could be really good for us because if they can't book a hotel, they're going to have to set off dead early on a coach.
Surely they'll just get Pulisic to get his wallet out or something and put it on his expenses. Do you know what I mean? It's not.
They'll all just travel up and wang an hotel.
You'd think so, but they might by that point once nothing's been paid for and they have to wage for a few weeks. It's not the point that they've got enough money.
Yeah.
Bank, is it?
Did you see?
They're going to start thinking, we're being fucking mugged off here.
Did you see how the Chelsea manager described the coach journey was going to be horrific or something along those lines?
Oh, yeah, that awful 10-hour round trip.
10-hour round trip on a fucking luxury bus with fucking beds on it and that. Yeah. Have they ever been on this fucking mega bus?
They want to speak to some of our Scandinavian lads that get up at fucking Arsenal.
Oh, the Irish lads and ladies, that come over.
All Norwegian fans flying in day before and stuff.
Exactly.
Getting the night.
Some fuckers are having to get
some of them some of them sleep outside the bloody Ellen Road and that just to get a ticket. You know what I mean? Like these people.
It's Chelsea though, isn't it? I mean, some will end up getting sorted for them. I mean, at the minute they can't sign players, all their they can't, loan people out and all that sort of stuff. There's going to be something about end of the season. It's not going to last forever, isn't it? Fucking hell. They want a big six out there, so they'll bend over backwards for the Premier League. They'll do some. Premier League will probably put them up on a flight or something and fly them up there themselves. That's what it's like, isn't it?
Yeah. If they do get a hotel, we need to find out where it is and stick Monopoly money all outside.
We could post you through Letterbox, Jay. Get in there, son. Go and knock it down in all bedrooms.
Send you in like
head fit in a letterbox.
I won't make my head through a fucking mailbox. Mind the letterbox.
Send him in like Rocket off Guardians of the Galaxy.
You're a knobhead, you.
In other news,
so Rodrigo update. Bit of tightness in his quad. Don't think it's an injury. See how he recovers over the next few days. Yeah, sound.
I love how Gilly does all this sort of stuff in background. while laughing at Jay's expense as well.
Well, if I go a little bit quiet, there's someone coming.
Jay, you got a bit of love now anyway. Look, top bloke for taking it all on the chin. His drunk appearance on B&C was epic. His drunk appearance in Peacock's even better.
Cheers, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Is that when you made him jump and he threw beer everywhere?
Fucking hell. 10 foot in fucking air.
Right, guys, I'm going to call it there because as much as I'd love to stay here and take the piss out of Jay all night and all that sort of stuff, it's gone on a little bit more. So if we've got nothing else, who's on B&C? I believe it's is it Carl and Stats on B&C?
It is on Friday.
Do they know? Do they know it's there? Do we need to give them a reminder?
The Bielsa, sorry, not the Peacock, the Bielsa.
The Bielsa. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, they do know. So, yeah, join in. Come and see us Thursday if you're about Leeds, everybody, anybody. You're more than welcome to the Golaccio for a free beer. Come and have a couple with us. And, yeah, if not, we'll see you on B&C. It's going to be, yeah, like you say, Carl and Thingy, innit?
Carl and Stats. So, yeah, look out for that one. Hopefully we'll turn in a good performance. But until then, everyone stay safe.
There has actually just... I know I always do this, but right
all the fucking time. It's always.
There's been another bit of news today, hasn't there, out of RB Leipzig and Leeds United having a bit of a tete-a-tete.
Yeah. 17 plus million. We're going to have to pay for that fucking idiot that played 5 minutes.
It's gone back to Court of Arbitration for Sport, which means that we might get... So they've come to a decision and we might find about it within the next 5 months because it's got to go through their internal process.
Shit,
so they've made a decision and we might hear about it in about 5 months. It's just unreal, is this?
To be fair, in fairness, that's not a bad thing for us as a club because we'll know what's going on in 5 months' time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but what happens if we're in Championship and we're having to spend 17.5 fucking million on a player that's never played?
If we're in Championship, we're fucked.
That's what I mean. That's not a good thing, really, is it?
Well, no, but at least it's not going to affect the end of the season. I mean, like
no,
people aren't going to be panicking and that. You know what I mean?
Well,
something to fucking get excited about over the summer.
It's not like he's bloody spent any money, is it? He surely has got a frigging reserve of cash that he should have spent in fucking January. The tight-fisted bastard. Anyway, hope everyone stays safe. We'll see you next time.